everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Tonight it is GSRL and it is Tier 1 here in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia being a very difficult track to overtake, but a beautiful one to watch on board as they sail through the country, through its track. And we'll make sure to get plenty of nice onboard shots in qualifying, as they'll try and sway their car from left to right through those tricky turns. The total amount of turns here is believed to be around 27, something like that, edging out to almost 30. A very, very big track as well. It's got, I think, around 5 kilometres. A very, very, very difficult track to overtake on. We'll see what happens here though tonight as our Tier 1 drivers is ready to step foot on another track once more. So, here we go then. We'll have some more drivers in, of course, and we'll shortly get underway. I'm just going to check if people are actually appearing online so that if I accidentally disconnect, I'll be able to join off of them. There we go. So I'll add Meowsler. View gamer cards, well, Softloppy as well. We might as well add him as well. Alright then, folks. Just waiting on, of course, a couple of drivers and we'll get going here in Saudi Arabia. Of course, a track not quite as infamous as the others that our drivers have flicked their wheel around previously. It is the second to last round, the penultimate round, and whilst the Drivers' Championship is sealed, done and dusted, the, of course, Constructors' Championship is still left to be decided. Aston Martin Racing Team currently are on top of the leaderboard, but can they retain that going into not only this week and next week? I'm pretty sure if they go into the points here tonight, they'll win the Constructors, and they might already have. They've been just so dominant that we haven't been able to keep track, or I haven't been able to keep track of their success. Hopefully they'll get another fantastic bit of points on the board for the both of them. Of course, Pirelli winning the Constructors' Championship, Drivers' Championship, sorry. There's a fly on my hand, and I've killed it. What was I going to say? Yeah, Pirelli's already sealed and dealed the Drivers' Championship, winning by only over 100 points. An absolutely ridiculous feat to manage, but he's somehow done it. And shortly we'll get going here in Saudi Arabia. I'm assuming with not 12 drivers. We'll have a little bit more, I assume. Let's take a look at the drivers so far. We need one more for the... hold on. I'm going to just check stuff on Discord. Make sure that when we're going... Right. Apologies for a little bit of a slow start. Looks like people can't join, or are we readying up? Are we going? They need to not ready up. They need to unready. Nobody's unreadying though. Oh God. Tier 1. Oh God, Tier 1. Oh my God. Well, it looks like 3 people aren't in the lobby, but apparently all the Tier 1 drivers just wanted to just go ahead anyways. Yeah, people are asking why do we ready up. Alright then. I guess we'll have some people joining mid-quali. Beautiful. Well, here we go then, folks. Jesus Christ. Don't you love to see it? Alright. I can now get ready to do some commentary now. So here we go. We don't have a lot of people. We've got 3 more people joining though, so we'll have around 15 drivers on track. Of course, I forgot to say, we've got someone's already left the session. This is not too ideal to the start of the stream, but shortly soon we'll get those drivers back in. We've got 13 on board, so we'll have 16 then. Well, actually, technically 17, because somebody already left. So let's get on the lap data. Let's get on the track map, of course, on the full. Get on the telemetry. And let's see what happens here in the, well, it seems like the afternoon skies, the cloudy skies in Saudi Arabia. Who's going to be the first man to set their footprints on the track? Who's going to be the first man to feel the warm sun on their skin as they will flick their steering wheel out of every turn, out of the around 27. Looks like it's going to be Reese, the first man to start us off here. He's going to be on his out lap, of course, and we'll see what he can do. Like I said previously, the Drivers' Championship is wrapped up considerably from Pavelli. He's done an absolutely fantastic job, and he fully deserved what he's had right now in terms of that championship. And truly and honestly, a fantastic driver in of itself. Just so much pace around every track he goes onto. It's not even a competition at some point. And he's just been able to just beat everybody out. Simple as. It also looks like Aston Martin have finished off the Constructors' Championship as well. There's absolutely no way McLaren can come back after Brazil. So pretty much, these are pretty much social races, with anybody just driving around, seeing what they can do on track. But nevertheless, even though it might not do anything in terms of the Drivers' Championship, or the Constructors' Championship in terms of entertainment that way, we'll still have plenty of entertainment on these onboard cameras when these drivers will finally set off on their flying laps. Of course, in Saudi Arabia, it is a street circuit. You've got to get very close to the walls. Make sure you don't hit a little bit of them. Don't do a Verstappen in the last turn and ruin your lap by smacking it into the outside wall here. But Miausler's going to kick us off here in Saudi Arabia. He's going to come across the checkered line to start off their lap time as they enter that first turn. You've got to be braking around that black box right there, turning on the inside. Some people love to take a lot of curb there, some people don't. And Miausler messes it up on the exit of turn 2, and he's in the wall. The AlphaTauri making a fool of himself here with his first flying lap. The man next up to finish off a lap time is Reese. Going through the S's. Oh, he's very lucky to not get his lap time invalidated there. And he has now, though, through the S sections. And seems like very early on so far, people are having troubles around the circuit. There might be Spectre. No, it is still just Miausler having some troubles. But Pavelli now going to flick through the S sections, but invalidates his lap time as well. Maybe some people were maybe not preparing for how difficult this Saudi Arabia track truly is. We'll go on to Toxic as he's coming through this left-hander. Make sure you don't hit the wall, and he doesn't. Gonna stick close to that inside wall here. Stick close to this one and this one. Right-hander almost goes wide and almost invalidates. Now left-hander, and he has invalidated. Oh no, he hasn't. He's been allowed to keep it, but it's not going to be a lap time to remember because of how practically hideous that S section was. But Toxic will nevertheless continue on his lap time. He'll go through this right-hander. You've got to stick very close to this inside wall. Make sure not to smack it on the exit here. And the Red Bull will go through the Saudi Arabian streak circuit as Tom Hughes sets our first lap of the day with a 1:29.821, but it's beaten by almost a second by a Triple B power. In fact, more for a second. Oh, Miausler has binned it into a wall just ahead of Toxic. Miausler, we saw him have massive amounts of troubles. As he went through those first 2 turns, he messed it up. And now he's really messed it up. Just smacks into the wall, loses his front left tyre And he's out of the qualifying session. Toxic, by the way, comes across the line with a 129.675. That was where Meowslayer DNF'd from this qualifying session. But Turner is going to be the next man to step foot on the track into the last turn now. Make sure not to hit that wall on the outside like Verstappen did. But now, Aston Martin will come across the line. Can he beat to 127.964 to give him provisional pole? He can't. So 128.113. Thomas beating him out by almost 2/10. The race director for this lobby then, Adama, goes wide into the S section, invalidating it. Jimmy also invalidating. Pavelio invalidating. Spectre into the pits. Stealth will come across the line to finish off a lap time. What's it going to be? Right up to the wall. And that's going to be a 127.692. And the Ferrari has put himself on provisional pole by only 3/10. Unbelievable from Stealth. Well, we saw his pace in Brazil. He was fantastic on track. I think he might have won that race. I'm not too sure though. I believe he did. It's a fantastic Grand Prix for himself. Will this be a fantastic lap for wee Callum? Will come across the line. Not going to beat out that 127.692. But it will be out Toxic's 129.675. As wee Callum got a 128.612. Puts in P5. Softloppy invalidating. Pavelli invalidating, peeling into the pit lane. Jamie invalidating. Adam appealing into the pit lane. So it's only 7 out of the 14 drivers, literally half the grid invalidated or just messed up their lap times severely. They've had to appeal into the pit lane. That is just how difficult this Saudi Arabian track truly is. You mess up on one turn and you're done. But there we go then. We'll have a couple of more drivers get back out on track. See what they could do. One of them being Reese. Jamie's joined. Oh, the big guns coming in here. In that Brazilian qualifying session. I think qualified by 2/10, something like that. It was an absolutely insane lap time from Jamie. And he's back. And he's looking to rain terror inside of the qualifying session once more. As Reese starts off his qualifying lap going into this right-hander. You want to be very close to the wall on the exit. And that's just what he's done. Going into this left-hander now, be very close to that inside wall, but don't hit it. And that's exactly what Reese has performed. But this is where most people have invalidated their lap time so far into the S sections. And Reese is another victim of those tricky S sections. And now he's got to stretch foot on the track and go for another run. Triple B Power is one of the men that were able to actually set a lap time. And he's going to be on out lap, looking to try and beat out his 128.150, trying to get into those 127s. And Jamie, you can see in the Mercedes, still in the pit lane. He'll come out shortly. We'll see what he can do. Up to 15 now in the session, much better than 13. But Triple B Power into the right-hander, into the left-hander. I mean, the S sections are just so tricky. Will fall out. Sorry, not fall out. Will mess up any driver's lap time, no matter if you're Jono bloody Opmir. Those S sections can create a victim out of anybody. And really, that not only just invalidate your lap time, but if you get it truly, truly wrong, you can easily take one of your front right or front left wheels off. Just like that. So people have to be very, very, very gentle through those S sections, sorry. Whilst being super quick, it's just almost impossible to do. Triple B Power will try and rival those S sections once more. That guy's going to start off another flying lap here with 8 minutes or so left to go in the qualifying session. Into the left-hander, into the right-hander, get close on the exit to the wall, of course. And that's just what Triple B Power has done into the left-hander. Will he take off one of his wheels? He went. Looks like he's putting everything into this lap right now. Slams down onto that throttle. And can he go? What he does, he also invalidates through the S sections. Here's Thomas, though. He'll come across the line to start off another flying lap. Is he going to be another prisoner to the no man's land of those S sections? Into the right-hander, Thomas on the exit. I mean, he's got that 127.964. He's got to gain 3/10 somewhere to try and beat out Stealth's time. I mean, it's an unbelievable lap time, 127.692. Thomas looks like he's gone through the S sections actually pretty good. Hasn't invalidated there, so this is going to be a valid lap time. 1/10. Thomas is up on his lap time right now. Thomas going to put everything into this lap. Trying to get closer and closer. Edge out to Stealth's lap time. 3/10 to gain. He's one and a bit on the way there. Thomas. DRS wide open. Got a car ahead of him. Don't block him. Don't block him. Jesus. That's, I think that's triple B power. No, that's toxic. Could have killed the man, as Sir Alex Ferguson once said. But Thomas, despite that massive distraction, he's still 2/10 up on his lap time. Entering the last turn, Thomas knows that this is the lap to potentially give him that provisional pole. He'll come across the line. Can he retain those 2 and a bit tenths? Can he beat out Stealth's lap time? He can! 127.558. But the question is, how will Stealth respond? He's going to go toe-to-toe with the Alfa Romeo as the Ferrari manoeuvres around the tricky left-hander very shortly. Braking, left-hander, bang! Just flick that steering wheel in. Soft floppy with a 127.820 puts him P3, but we're more focused on if Stealth can put him P1. He'll come around the last turn. Can he beat out Thomas's lap time of a 127.558? Stealth will come across the line. DRS wide open, full throttle, edging around 200 miles per hour, and he's beat it by 2/10. 127.314, and the Ferrari's done it once again, and he sits back on top of his throne of pole position, provisional pole. Fantastic from Stealth. Well, Jamie's already set a lap time of a 128.018. Looks like he's just on his cool-down lap. Callum, though, he's on a flying lap. See what Callum can do. He's instantly invalidated it. Another invalidation here, another invalidation here. Looks like Toxic has not invalidated his, and he'll manoeuvre around this, now third sector, going into the final turn of the track. Going to come round that last turn. What can the Red Bull do? Is he going to hit that outside wall? No, he isn't. DRS going to be wide open now for the Red Bull coming across the line. What's it going to be for Toxic? 128.442 puts him back down into P11, but matches Tom Hughes' time. Is that a lap time from Triple B Power? I'm not too sure. No, he's peeling into the pit lane. Pavelli finally got a lap time out with a 127.685. Looks like most people just coming into the pit lane. Stealth's going to be one of them. At least I assume. If he's got a 125 here, it's not good luck. Sector 1, 2, 3, all with yellow flags. I'm assuming it's just cooldowns. Actually. So, we've got our first wave of actually people setting a lap time. The only two who haven't are Adama and also Spectre. Understandable when you consider how just tricky and time-consuming the track is. Pavelli will come into the pit lane shortly. Toxic will come into the pit lane shortly. Who's going to get back out on track and give us another lap time for us to spectate? Sorry for that squeaky chair. Just giving myself a nice little stretch. Right. Who's next then? Who's next to try and rival this this track? Go toe-to-toe like a boxing match in Saudi Arabia. Looks like it'll be, I believe that's Reese. It is. We saw him invalidate earlier on, and that 128.388 has only put him P9 at the moment. Got to be at least 500ths quicker for him to actually rival Wee Callum's time. Adama for pole. We'll see if it happens. I mean, so far hasn't even set a lap time. Either invalidates it or just hits into a wall. Just like what Meowslayer did, you know, bring off that front left wheel. But Reese is going to have another good old crack at this circuit, and so will Turner. Everybody's going to be out on their final runs now, so it's pretty much do or die for the people in the qualifying session so far. Oh, well, right now, actually. Into the left-hander we go with Reese, still on his outlap, looking to warm up those tyres. As he'll try and drift through the Saudi Arabian street circuit, try and gain time wherever's possible on such a windy circuit. DRS can be wide open now for the Alfa Romeo. Stealth still sitting up top with that 1:27.314. He is also on an out lap, looking to beat out his own lap time. Looks like we've got a Williams driver and the other Aston Martin of Pavelli peeling out the pit lane. That's Triple B Power and Pavelli. We've got Mercedes as well. That's going to be Jamie. Also, I think we've also got a Haas car coming out. That's either going to be Adam or Jamie. It's going to be Jamie. Looks like Reese does not want to go first. Hands that honour over to Turner. He'll come round that last turn. Spike down that throttle, trying to get as much speed as you can on the exit. And going into that first turn, starting off your lap time. We saw people invalidate into this first turn, actually. We'll see if Turner does exactly that. No, he doesn't. Keeps it clean. And onto the exit, reaches that outside wall. Going into the left-hander, now's got his stick very close to that inside wall. Can he do just that? Yes, he can. Now to this other inside wall. So far, Turner's done fantastically. I'm trying to keep it in between the lines, but can he do it through the worst section of all? The S's, and he has. Great stuff from Turner so far. He's going to go into this left-hander now, the progressive left-hander. Quite similar to the Abu Dhabi's left-hander, if I'm not mistaken. Spiking down that throttle right up until the wall. Pedal to the middle right here for Turner. Can he get pole position? So far, this has been a very tidy lap time. Does he have to do a little bit more, though? Sector 2 will come to a close as he reaches this left-hander. Let's see how much he's up on. Oh, 4 cents. So far, this is a fantastic lap time, but he's got to gain more. Got to gain at least another 5 or so tenths before he's in contention of pole position. That's just how challenging and how quick these drivers are in a Tier 1. Turner will come round the last turn. What's it going to be for the Aston Martin? Can he beat out his own teammate Pavelli? We'll see. Come across the line. DRS could be wide open for the Aston Martin. What's it going to be? A 1:27.509. It puts in P2. We go over to Thomas. Aston Martin, Alfa Romeo, Aston Martin. Can Thomas break out of this pattern? So far, 1/10 and 45 milliseconds up on his lap time so far. Can Thomas beat out Stealth's lap time? Or can Stealth beat out his own lap time? We'll take a look at him. He'll come round the last turn. Stealth in the Ferrari. Can he blaze through with another astounding lap time? DRS can be wide open for the hot red Ferrari. And it is going to be a 1:27.212. He's beat out his own lap time. Stealth hits the outside of the wall. He's got 2 tenths up on his lap time. He needs to gain 1 more tenth before he can even take Stealth for pole position. He'll come round the last turn, but so will Pavelli across the line. The championship winner, 1:27.500, only puts in P2. Thomas, can he beat out Stealth? He can't. He just purposely hits into a wall. He knows he can't beat it. And anger, a wave of pain rushes through his body. The man next in contention is Soft Floppy, but he's only a 10th up on his lap time. Toxic comes across the line. What's it going to be for Toxic? Not even an improvement. Soft Floppy still a 10th up on his lap time. Where's he going to put him? I think he might have to just stay here for P5. Cross the line. 1:27.749, and it still puts in P5. And ladies and gentlemen, your pole runner It's going to be none other than the Ferrari of stealth. What a lap time. 1:27.212. And he's absolutely blasted the grid by a shock of fear as he shows off his elegant lap times, his beautiful pace as we enter the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Stealth is on pole. So here you are then, folks. What a fantastic lap time that is from Stealth, of course. Fully deserving of that time. So there you go then, folks. Race director and also times. It's just a reminder of myself to actually just show those. Of course, makes it a lot more easier for the people, the fantastic people or the admins in GSRL to just actually post up the results, do the stuff they always do. But nevertheless, Stealth qualifies P1 by 0.2 and 88 thousandths. Looks like we've got some people leaving the session. I think Anima's left the session. Is there a glitch with the lobby? Is it a lobby restart? Let me check. Tier 1 chat. Yeah, it looks like we are going to be resetting. Yeah, we're going to be restarting after the quali. That's not really good. So I've got to leave the session, of course, right now then. Not very good. But it's alright. You know, you don't get everything in the wheels in terms of, your entertainment, in terms of lap times and stuff. And but when stuff like this happens, you just gotta keep going, wait until you'll get your invite, and then when you do, it's gonna be alright. Oh my mind, darling. Boom. Just waiting for the invite, of course, lads. Sunny money. Alright, qualifying has ended. Did you know, guys? For challenges. Watch the praise, how to enter. Yeah. Just waiting for that invite. Oh, well, it looks like the lobby's completely died again. Oh, this game is horrible, Boom. Yeah, his lobby's literally just completely... his lobby's just completely died. Things you love to see, folks, here in GSRL. Alright then. God. This chair is actually awful. Right, let's see when I get this invite in. There we go. There's the invite, Adama. Cheers, mate. Bro, this tier 1 chat's relentless. Jesus. Right. Yeah, looks like we aren't going to be restarting quality, which is good. We'll just have a little bit of patience whilst Adama, of course, will do his duty of doing the grid order. So, in the meantime, we might as well talk about the weather. It's got sunny skies. I mean, it's a nice day outside, I guess. Nothing else to say, really. Before he just said, I lost 3 tenths in one corner with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fire emojis. This is pretty much my entertainment for the next 5 minutes until we get this lobby restarted. What is Jamie just said? Oh, for God's sake. Jesus. Oh, what is this chat, man? Bum, 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 bum. Tier 1 shot. 20-second penalty if somebody readied early. And he's readied up as well. Alright, looks like the two drivers ran last time just didn't join. Well, that has been thorough entertainment for the past 10 minutes. That was funny as funny as. And Soft Floppy's left the session. Great. Bro, I got removed from the session. Alright. What a fantastic restart. That was genuinely hilarious. I thoroughly enjoyed looking at everybody's chats. God, right, here we go. Let's get rid of them fakes. 27 seconds until we get going here in Saudi Arabia under the floodlights. Let's see who will take another victory here in Tier 1. 37 minutes into the stream and we haven't even had the race. Here we go then. 5 milliseconds. That red timer until we have the formation lap and then we'll go on to those 25 laps. I'm assuming it's formation. Oh yeah, there we go. So here's Stealth, the man who qualified P1. Pole position, of course, and there's an Aston Martin cutting someone off. That's Pavelli, of course, it is Pavelli. Let's get the track map up. Let's get the lap data, telemetry, all that good stuff. Pavelli, you got Turner behind. I mean, just Stealth, then a 1-2 of Aston Martin's behind him. So we'll see how let's see how Aston Martin can deal with that. Maybe if one of the Aston Martins actually overtakes Stealth, are they going to slow him up on purpose to get that 1-2, or will they not bother? Right. And brilliant. That's brilliant, Pavelli. Well done. That was cold. That was genuinely cold. What a way to warm up your tyres. Very cold. You can actually hear my chair. That's awful. Oh, Stealth, mate. Don't lose it. Where's Turner gone? What is coming on the formation lap? Alright then, boys. Let's go. Stealth P1. Pavelli. I can't be bothered. Alright. Stealth P1, Pavelli P2, Turner P3, Thomas P4, Soft Floppy P5, Jamie P6, Triple P Power P7, Reese P8, Weak Allen P9, Tom Hughes P10, Toxic P11, Jamie P12, Adam up, and that lonely P13. Triple P Power disqualified from the session. As we pan our camera to the back of the grid, we'll see those 5 menacing red lights light up, and we'll get going here under the floodlights in Saudi Arabia. Five red lights. Green light, go, go, go. Here in GSRL, in Tier 1. Fantastic start here for Stealth as we go into the first turn. Pavelli versus Soft Floppy. What a start for the McLaren, but he's bumped from the backside. He puts himself level with Pavelli onto the exit of turn 2. Going into the left-hander. Pavelli's going to give him the overtake on purpose, but Turner won't give Jimmy the overtake. They went side by side through that left-hander, and because of that, Jimmy always had contact with the Aston Martin. Going into the S's, Turner looking for that inside line. There's a little bit of space for him to get there, and you can just see Wee Callum in the background, picking up positions everywhere he can. He's picked up 3 positions in one turn. What a fantastic turn that is for Wee Callum. Unbelievable stuff from the Mercedes. As Reese goes side by side with Turner on the exit, he gets the overtake. Jamie, side by side here with Thomas. They're going to be side by side going into the right-hander now. Alfa Romeo versus Haas. And it looks like Jamie, before they hit the apex, got the overtake. But it looks like Thomas is looking to come right back at the Haas car here. Going into the left-hander. Haas versus Alfa Romeo. Can he get close enough to look for an overtake? I don't think he will. Sorry, guys. This is a nail stuck in the back of my throat. Oh, big mistake there from Toxic. 2 free positions for 2 cars, and now here's Toxic, Tom Hughes, side by side, but just up ahead, you can just see it could be 3 wide going into the last turn, and it is the Red Bull, Haas car, and also the Alfa Romeo going 3 wide. Looks like the Haas gets the better exit out of the 2 of them, and it looks like Pavelli has a little bit of contact with Soft Floppy going into the first turn now. They're going to be side by side. What's going to happen between Pavelli, between Soft Floppy? Looks like Pavelli's looking for a better exit here. Is he going to get it? I don't think he will. Well, just look at this. Tom Hughes, Anima! Hits the back of the Alfa Romeo in front. That's Thomas. And Anima spins Thomas here on lap 2. And that is the exact opposite of what Thomas needed here. But his teammate Reese looks to send it down the inside of the Aston Martin. But it was a bit too far-fetched for the man in the Alfa Romeo to go for. Look at this from Jamie now, getting right up to the back of Pavelli. Pavelli, failing for the overtake on Soft Floppy. Jamie, can he successfully overtake Pavelli on the straight? And he can, but can Reese follow the footsteps of Pavelli? No, he can't. Going into the left hand, he's not going to get the overtake on turn up. On the exit, almost bottles it. Well, Turner's going to get very, very close to... Oh, here's Jamie! Look for the move here on Soft Floppy. Right the outside, he's looking to go here on the last turn of the circuit. And on the exit, he's not going to get a good exit. But that slipstream coming into is a massive factor into this speed down the straight, which Jamie gets. And he's able to get the overtake because of it. Just down the straight, the slipstream, the ERS from Jamie. Massive factor for getting the overtake. And he's got it. Jamie up into P2. Toxic looking for the overtake on Tom Hughes. Going into the left-hander now. Alpine versus Red Bull. Is there going to be any contact? No, there isn't. Looks like the 2 are just fine going through that left-hander. Turner almost hitting the back of Wee Callum up front. Is he going to get a better exit? Oh, Turner with a big save there. Could have gone straight into the wall and crashed out if he wasn't careful. Looks like Reese. Look at Reese just behind. Still looking for an overtake here on the Aston Martin up front. Is he going to hit the back of Turner? I don't think he will. Oh, when he hits the wall. And he's almost level with the Aston Martin ahead. He's got a 3-second time penalty for the corner cutting. And he's looking to go side by side with Turner. Going into the left-hander. Using the ERS. Using the DRS on the Aston Martin. And it doesn't look like he's brave enough, or he wasn't close enough to go for the move into the left-hander. ERS, but also DRS being used here on the straight. Both Turner and Reese using that ERS and DRS as we'll go into the helicopter camera into the last turn now of the circuit. Look at Reese in the background, just looking for a position when he can, and because of it, he's been spun. Oh, there's a What's an overtake from Turner on the Wee Callum? You gotta love F1 22. You've gotta love F1. Jesus. It's so floppy. He's looking for the overtake on Jamie, but Jamie so far has actually, I was going to say, rinsed out his ERS, but he's actually kept around 20 or so % more than soft floppy just behind. He's been conservative whilst being quick at the same time. Just the combination you need to be one of the great drivers here in GSRL. Now DRS going to be used here on soft floppy from Pavelli. Can he look for an overtake going into the left-hander? No, he won't. He's too far back. But the man on the hards versus the man on the mediums. McLaren versus Aston Martin. We go to the helicopter camera as Pavelli is just catching up on soft floppy. Pulls alongside with him and into the apex. He's got the overtake. No questions asked by soft floppy. But will he ask them going onto the straight? Gets that ERS. Has the DRS going into the first turn. Is he going to get it to his advantage? Can he get the overtake on Pavelli going into the first turn? Will he send it? Will he not? No. Stays behind. Doesn't send it into that first turn, but on the exit of the second one, though, can he get the overtake? I don't think he will. Right-hander now. It just seems like he's lifting off soft floppy. And here as well. Just these S sections, just really where it catches up the drivers. Adama looking for the overtake on the Red Bull up ahead. Adama versus Toxic, a battle to get into the points for Adama. Can he get it though? ERS going to be used from the Haskell. Looks like he's getting quite close to Toxic here. He's going to look for that inside lane. Going into the next turn. Oh, it's very close into getting that inside lane on the Red Bull, but he doesn't get it. On the exit though, Toxic is of course going to have that DRS going to be used on Triple B power. He's not going to be close enough to look for an overtake. Neither Adama, and both of them won't get close. No action going to be going into that left-hander here, but look at Turner's pace on soft floppy. He'll put alongside with the McLaren going into the last turn of the circuit, and soft floppy yet again. No questions asked, and just obeys the pace of Turner, but that's an awful exit from the Aston Martin. Can he make up for it? I think he can. Soft floppy's not going to get a manoeuvre going into that first turn, unfortunately for him. And now Toxic's looking for the overtake here on Triple B power, going into the left-hander. Can he look for it? Oh, Tom Hughes will on Jamie though. Down the inside he goes off Jamie into that first turn, and he's got the overtake done and dusted as we go into the second. Stealth's just building up a gap of 1.6 seconds to Jamie just behind. So far he's done perfectly at keeping this this pole position. He's got to keep it for the next couple of laps though. Into the left-hander now for Turner. Looks like Toxic and Triple B power. Oh no, Triple B power, 3 wide going into the left-hander. How did I miss it? Around the outside, Triple B power goes of the 2 cars, and he gets a double overtake here. And onto the exit, it's Haas versus Red Bull going into the right-hander. Tiny bit of contact between the both of them, but Adama won't mind. Thomas now, he's going to get a better exit of the Red Bull going into the left-hander now. Could he going for an overtake? Will the Red Bull going for an overtake here on the Haskell? I don't think he will. He's not alongside. He won't go down the inside into the left-hander though. He's not stupid enough to do that, is he? But look at Turner up front, getting very close to his teammate Pavelli. Oh God, I'm sorry. Very close to his teammate Pavelli, and going into that first turn, we'll see what happens. But first, we'll take a look at Thomas. Round the outside he'll go of the Red Bull going into the last turn of the circuit. On the exit though, will he get a better exit going into the first turn? Will he look for the overtake? Using that ERS, using that DRS. Triple B power has to obey the pace of Adama going into that first turn. The Alfa Romeo does not send it up the inside of Toxic, and it's a 4-way battle here for P9, and I'm loving it. Well, let's take a look at the start of the Grand Prix so far. I mean, Jamie, look at that. 4 positions up already. He's done absolutely perfect. so far in this Grand Prix. Just 4 positions. He's now looking to close down that gap to Stealth, and he's already closed it down by a little bit. He's got 2 tenths up on Stealth, and we'll see what happens as Tom Hughes makes a mistake on the exit of the left-hander, and Adama is going to join with him side by side. Now he's ahead. Tom Hughes hits the barrier. He's had an absolute mare on that left-hander, and going into sector 2. Toxic though, look how close he is to the Williams, just up ahead. Could he look for an overtake going into the left-hander? I don't know if he will or not, but I think Turner will look for the move here on his teammate Pavelli going into the last turn. He's got that outside lane on Pavelli. Pavelli does not send it down the inside going into the last turn of the circuit. But look at this. We could be 3 abreast between Tom Hughes, Triple Power, and the Red Bull behind. It's only 2 abreast though. It's between the Alpine. It's between the Williams going into the first turn of the circuit though. Look at the action here for P9. Triple Power gets the overtake on Tom Hughes. Look at this. It could be 3 abreast going into the first turn. And it is Toxic, Hughes, and also Thomas. Fantastic racing. Thomas actually backed out. Oh, there's contact. There's contact between the Alpine and the Red Bull. And Thomas gets a free position. 2 positions actually because of it. It wasn't quite 3-1 into the first turn, but it was mighty close for it being so. Some crazy action here for P8. Oh, weak Callum! Makes the same mistake that Tom Hughes did. And now, Jamie's going to pick up a free position on the Mercedes, but going into the DRS straight here, is the Mercedes going to question this? DRS going to be wide open now for the Mercedes. Can he get the overtake on Jamie? Very, very close, but he's not going to look for it. And rightly so. And now going into the last turn of the circuit, DRS going to be wide open once more for the Mercedes. Can he look for the overtake? I think Thomas will though. Look at the pace he's got on Triple B Power. And he gets the overtake on the straight. No questions asked. Tom Hughes looking to do the exact same thing on the Red Bull of Toxic just behind. And Toxic almost messing it up on the exit. But going into the first turn, does he have the run down to look for the move? Looks like Tom Hughes peeling into the pit lane. Maybe he lost his front wing after that that mistake by hitting the barriers. We'll take a look at him right now. It's not a new front wing, it's just going onto those hard set compound tyres. So that's a very early pit stop. I'm almost spinning here. Pavelli. Could he look for the overtake here on turn just up ahead? So it doesn't look like there's much action on track right now after 9 laps. Could a safety car come out? Could it spice some things up? DRS can be wide open now for Pavelli. But just about. Oh, my bad. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Let me get that back up. There we go. So look, Wee Callum looks to be pretty close here to Jamie. Don't think he's going to get the overtake though. And that's a corner cut from Jamie, and lag on my screen. I think it's just Jamie spinning actually. And now Thomas picks up a free position as well on Jamie. Triple B Power, does he do the same? I don't think he does. Now we have a 3-way battle there for P7. Between 2 Hasses and 1 Alfa Romeo. You can just see Triple B Power just behind though. Hass in the pit lane. Thomas isn't though. Pulls alongside with Adama. Can he use a little bit of slipstream to an advantage though, Adama? I don't think he will. And going into that first turn, Thomas gets the overtake. Well, Stealth still leading this Grand Prix so far. He's done pretty much everything perfectly, and you can just see Jamie's just absolutely rinsed out his ERS, looking to get close towards the Ferrari up front, just showing the pace, the bulk of his pace. It's just unbelievable. Thomas though could be looking for an overtake on Wee Callum very surely. And am I getting close to Thomas here? Wee Callum! Oh, Wee Callum and also the Alfa Romeo making big mistakes on the same turn. Thomas and Wee Callum both going sideways. Are making a bit of a fool of themselves. Triple B Power now will have DRS going into the last turn of the circuit. The Williams driver slams down that throttle and will go into the first turn. Is he going to be close to Anima? Well, he doesn't even need to overtake Anima on the straights. He peels into the pit lane due to those mediums wearing up. I love this camera angle, by the way. Just a little bit of something to point out. I just love that camera angle going into the first turn. Nevertheless, though, here's Pavelli. He's looking for the overtake on Turner. Well, he has been for a while, actually. Ever since Turner's got that overtake, he hasn't been able to respond. It's just pretty much been him dominating. And yes, you could just see Wee Callum and Adama both peeling into the pit lane for those new tyres. And it's side by side between the two fast cars on the exit. Adama is going to get that overtake. Jamie, though, could he shortly get it back? As we'll go into the right-hander, now into the left-hander. Through the S's we shortly go. Those cold tyres are not going to be kind to Adama just up ahead. So Jamie could easily get the re-overtake on the exit of these S sections. You can just see the difference between the warm tyres and the cold tyres. Wee Callum dropped off a second through those S sections. Jamie, I think, gained around 2 tenths. I'm not too sure, actually. I think he actually lost time, funnily enough. And, oh, Turner's left a session. Let me actually invite him back real quick. I can't bloody... Oh, for God's sake, game. Why? Why'd you do this to me? Oh, Jamie is in the pit lane. Never mind, he's in the pit lane. He's in the pit lane, he's doing all right. I've got to invite Turner, and give me a second, guys. There you go, invite him to the game. He might be back in, I'm not too sure, but yeah, just in case. Thomas now, looking for the overtake just up ahead on Toxic. Don't know if he'll get it though. Yep, Turner's drawn back, lovely. Thomas, oh, almost slipping. Not been much after the pit lanes, really, or the pit stops near in Saudi Arabia. It's just been people showing off their pace, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, like I said, not much going on, but there might be some action going on right here. DRS could be wide open for Thomas coming into the last turn of the circuit. Is he going to get close enough to the Red Bull up ahead? Will he send it? No, stays behind, but going into the first turn in Saudi Arabia, could he look for it? Thomas can have that DRS, using his ERS as well. Soft floppy into the pit lane, and now look at this, Toxic versus Thomas going into the first turn. Thomas just gets the overtake and Toxic can't say anything about it. Going into the S's though. Red Bull just slipping away from Thomas up ahead, and he's actually been gapped by a second here. Well, let's see what happens for Jamie here, going into the left-hand and now into the right. Jamie getting, he's kind of close. Look at Thomas's pace, by the way. Looking for the overtake on Triple B Power. He's just been absolutely mauling people with these hard tyres. Yeah, these new hard tyres really coming into effect here for Thomas. Let's take a look if it's actually new tyres. It's not even new tyres, he's just been quick. stealth into the pit lane. After 13 laps on the hards, people will be thinking about peeling into the pit lane on these hards. But Thomas will be thinking for an overtake on the Williams driver first before actually pitting. Can he get it though? Gonna have that DRS on the Williams driver. And he peels into the pit lane, so it's a free overtake for Thomas. Jamie sets the fastest lap time of the day. Turner leading the Grand Prix right now. Stealth into the pit lane for those mediums. Looks like Jamie's re-entered the track. Oh no, he's already pitted. Apologies. Triple B power on these mediums. Whoa! Hughes! Big mistake. And he resets the track. I'm not too sure if that's going to be a time penalty or not. Into the left-hander now. Yep, somebody's got to try and cool down these tyres. Whoa! Into the wall. Jamie goes. That's a rare mistake from the Haas driver. Luckily, doesn't lose any of his front wing. Just hear that engine struggle, that gearbox struggle on the exit of that turn, but he still gained time on Adama. People should be pitting this lap. We've got Turner, Thomas, Toxic, all to come into the pit lane. Turner into the pit lane right now. Free overtake for Stealth, free overtake for Jamie. I believe also Thomas, I'm not too sure. No, Thomas in the pit lane as well. Oh, yeah, Toxic in the pit lane as well. Pavelli, is he going to be neck and neck with his... No, he's not going to be neck and neck with his teammate. Comes to the pit lane right now, I believe. Turner, actually. Yeah, he does. So pretty much everybody's been gapped by a second here. There hasn't been too much action, if I'm completely honest. Still got Tom Hughes. Could be on the back of... Oh, wait, we've got a little bit of action on the exit, and it's Thomas versus Triple B Power. Looks like Triple B Power already pitted a lap ago. And on the exit, Thomas was right, just literally side by side. And two abreast going into the left-hander. But just before the apex, Triple B Power, what am I talking about? Triple B Power was still able to pull ahead and get his overtake. See that? I mean, like this. There's nothing really been to commentate on, if I'm completely honest. I mean, Jeremy's been gapped by 3 seconds. Cool. Nothing really to say there. I mean, you've also got. Oh no, there's a three-way battle for B5. What were we talking about? There's plenty of action here in Saudi Arabia. On to the exit here. Triple B Power. He's going to have that DRS, that ERS to his advantage. Can he get the overtake? On the McLaren just up ahead. Triple B Power versus Soft Floppy. And it was already over before the apex. Triple B Power gets the overtake. But can Soft Floppy respond? We'll see momentarily. I mean, these S sections is a crucial place to gain time. Looks like Stealth's put that to his advantage as he's gone from 2.4 seconds to now 3.5 seconds ahead of Jamie. Weak Callum 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. But here's Thomas. He's closer to Soft Floppy than Soft Floppy is closer to Triple B Power. Hits the inside wall here. Not particularly great from Thomas. DRS can be wide open for both the McLaren and both the Alfa Romeo. They're not going to go for it looking or heading onto the left-hander here. If he were to go side by side here, it would be tragic. But Soft Floppy, can he look for the overtake on Triple B Power going into the last turn. Thomas, though, he'll pull alongside with Soft Floppy before Soft Floppy pulls alongside with Triple B Power. And just like it was with Triple B Power versus Soft Floppy, it was over before the apex. And it's an overtake for Thomas. But can he get 2 in 1 like a Tesco meal deal? Pulls alongside with Triple B Power. And before the apex, it's already over. Thomas is up into P5. Now Jamie slipping down the order. It's a 3-way battle here for P10. I'll invite Turner back. Give me a second, guys. I'll add him as a friend, just so that doesn't happen again. Stealth with the 1:30.357, fastest lap time so far, and he's been absolutely on it, hasn't he? 5.4 seconds is the gap to Jamie behind. He's been absolutely on it, and he would fully deserve the victory if he is to get it. Toxic very close to Soft Floppy. There's been times where he has been quick, but sometimes he just loses position after position, and he might lose another one here as Toxic pulls alongside. He's pulled ahead of Soft Floppy, and going into the first turn, Soft Floppy won't respond, and Toxic gets the overtake. And Tom Hughes with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Things you want to see, has Turner joined back? He has. For multiple warnings. Tom Hughes could get an overtake on Jamie. There's a fly in my room. It's distracting me from my commentary. If I last note, Tom Hughes hasn't had the greatest Grand Prix, let's be honest. It's been okay, but that 3-second time penalties, it's not going to help him at all, is it? And right now, Jamie would pick up some nice points. A nice point. He'll only get P10. See how this 3-way battle commences very shortly. Toxic now could have that DRS going into the first turn here on Triple B Power. Could he get an overtake? I don't think he will, but Tom Hughes could definitely look for an overtake here. He's only 4 tenths behind Wee Callum, and going into the first turn, he's going to get closer and closer and closer. DRS, ERS to his advantage, and he pulls alongside with the Mercedes. He's now ahead of the Mercedes, and he gets the overtake. And, so far, so good. Hostel is still keeping that P1 by a considerable amount. He's qualified P1, he might finish P1. Toxic could still look for the overtake here on Triple B Power, and Wee Callum could still look for a battle here with the Alpine of Tom Hughes ahead. Oh, but with a mistake like that, it's not very likely, and instead with a battle with a car ahead, he's going to have a battle with the car behind. Slipstream to the advantage of Jamie. Will he look for it? No, purposely backs out, does not want any troubles going into the left-hander. 5 laps left to go, and so far, Stealth's been on top. DRS, ERS now for Jamie, going into the last turn of the circuit. pulls alongside, down the inside, the Mercedes of Wee Callum goes here. Jamie looking for a switch back though. On the Mercedes, he's not going to get it, but he's going to get that rundown going into the first turn, but it seems like Wee Callum's got the DRS. And Jamie can't say anything about it. Wee Callum nicks the DRS off of Jamie. And purely because of that, he's able to get the overtake. Now Power looking for the overtake on Toxic. Seems like I missed a little battle between those two. Into the left-hander, Triple P Power. He's done decent so far in the Grand Prix. Let's take a look actually on the position changes. Looks like Anima's got 4 positions up. Good for him. 5 positions up there for Toxic. He's an absolutely worldly at the Grand Prix right now. This fly's getting on my nerves. Right, here we go then. Sorry. DRS going to be used by the Williams going into the last turn of the circuit. I've said that too many times. Toxic. Whoa. That was a little bit of an odd position for Triple P Power to be in. Do you go for it? Do you not go for it? Could he go for it going into the first turn? No, I don't think he will. He's not going to be close enough to the Red Bull. Just see those tyre marks forming on the track, just pretty much giving everybody a pathway to success, really, in the Saudi Arabian street circuit. Champion Power still looking for the overtake on Toxic. I don't think he's going to get it though. We are on the 21st lap. Oh! Big mistake from the Red Bull, and I only just saw it. Toxic goes into the barrier. Has he lost a bit of his front wing? I don't think he has. Very lucky there for Toxic, not losing some of that front wing. Adama 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Toxic though going to go into the left-hander here. Can he look for the overtake? I don't think he will, and he doesn't. Just not much action really at the top. It's just been people just driving and driving and driving and driving and driving, and that's pretty much it. Toxic gonna have that ERS, but look at Anima behind Soft Floppy here. He could be looking for the overtake on the McLaren just up ahead. Can Soft Floppy protect this position, or will he move down another place in this Grand Prix? Anima pulls alongside. Soft Floppy won't go for it into the first turn, and Azima's got a free position up on the McLaren. Oh, Toxic almost slipping there. Could have easily spun, as they're being quite brave in the middle of those sections, but on the exit, not quite. Looking for that inside lane on the Williams, but he's not going to get it, but he might now. Gets on the power early, gets on the throttle early. Doesn't get the overtake there, and he's just... Toxic's just been stalking the back. Oh, Triple B Power. Looks behind him, and he saw the Red Bull almost just slamming it into the wall. It looks like Toxic though will still come back at the Williams driver though. Here we go. The Red Bull doesn't look for the inside lane. Looks for it though going into the first turn. DRS going to be wide open for him. Can he get the overtake on Triple B Power? Red Bull versus Williams. ERS, DRS being used by the Red Bull going into the first turn. He has the slipstream as well. Down the inside he goes with the Williams, but he's not brave enough to stick it. Soft Floppy is though. He goes down the inside of Anima. Anima cuts the corner. And on the exit, Soft Floppy gets the overtake. He's lost a lot of possessions, but he's finally gained one. Toxic. Don't think he'll get an overtake this lap. Shortly we'll get onto the 24th lap and the 25th, and so far this race has just been commanded by Stealth. Well, that's pretty much it. DRS being used here by the Haskar. Does he lunge it? No, he doesn't. Soft Floppy just has the awful exits due to that full traction. And because of it, around such a difficult track, to get overtakes mid-corner, and it's solely relied on the exits, he just gets overtaken time after time after time, again after again. He's been overtaken here by Adama. Going into the first turn though, DRS going to be used by Soft Floppy. Also ERS, can he get it on the Haskar? He's going to get closer and closer and closer, but is he close enough? I don't think he is. Still looks for the outside lane, but he's too far back. It's too far-fetched for the McLaren to actually stick it. And he stays behind. Still though, the Haskar getting closer and closer and closer. And, well, whilst there's been a lot of action between the midfield, and whilst there's been a lot of action between the back of the grid, we should really now be focusing on the top of the grid. As Stealth turns the page, flicks us on to the 25th lap out of 25. The blazing Ferrari got provisional pole inside the qualifying session. It was a majestic lap time to watch. But the lap time of Thomas overruled Stealth's lap. Said, I've got the power now, I'm in P1. Stealth, though, responded later on in the qualifying session, pulled out a worldie of a lap time out of absolutely nowhere, and topped the charts of the grid. And going into the Grand Prix, high expectations were thought of for the Ferrari. And the task he had to meet with and shake hands was to keep his P1 and win the Grand Prix. And under the floodlights, here in Saudi Arabia, where the spotlights have been shined directly on his car, he's never failed. He's never made a mistake in this Grand Prix. He's performed well, and his reward will come very shortly. Stealth down the pit, late straight. He'll come across the line to win the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Fantastic Grand Prix for Stealth. He takes the victory by 8 seconds to Jamie. A well-deserved victory and one to remember for the Ferrari. So there is your final grid order. What a lap in the qualifying section for Stealth. What a race in the Grand Prix for Stealth. And a perfect performance leads to a well-deserved victory. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. So there he is. The man in the red suit. Like a sore thumb, shines at the top of the podium with the fellow Mercedes and fellow Aston Martin just alongside with him. But everybody will look on at that man as he has won here in Saudi Arabia. Fantastic victory by the Ferrari. Here is your final grid order. Stealth taking the victory in the Grand Prix. And just what he deserves. Those are the incidences, those are the pit stops. Fantastic race for Stealth. Great victory. There's going to be no interviews tonight. 20 seconds until this lobby will come to a close. Thank you all for watching such an entertaining Grand Prix here in GSRL. Join us next week for the finale in Abu Dhabi. We'll see you then, or if you want to just watch us tomorrow, which I'll be commentating tomorrow actually, for I believe Tier 2, I actually don't know. We'll see you then if you want to, you don't have to. I've been your commentator, Harrison Wilson. You all have a fantastic night.